Good evening. Welcome to another episode of the Power Hour. I am Steve, along with the urban sensation, NWA superhero, C-Red. And we are the Power Hour. Rion Skills will join us later. I'm not sure if PX is going to be tonight. He kind of comes and goes as he pleases as he gets ready for Christmas chaos. And unfortunately, Rachel won't join us tonight. And our heartfelt sympathies go out to Hazel for losing a family member today. She is one of the family here on the Power Hour. So all of our blessings, all of our best go out to those kids at this time. She's one of our favorites. Right, Red?
I agree. Our love and condolences to Hazel. We love you.
So we're going to start a little differently tonight, a little atypical from the Power Hour, because we don't usually go down these roads, but I feel almost morally obligated to go down these roads. And we'll probably take some heat and get some shit for it. But that's part of the game, isn't it? Put yourself out there and come what may. Our guest is going to be the Barker, NWA superstar, one half of Magic Inc. Or is it 1/3 of Magic Inc. because of the girl? What's your take on that, Red?
1/3.
1/3 of Magic Inc. So the Barker will join us in just a little while. But before the Barker gets here, it was Sunday night. It was a peaceful enough Sunday night. There's no Bears football this past Sunday. But there was a little thing going on at the Allstate Arena. There was a little thing going on, and many
That was Saturday.
Was it? Saturday. There was no football. There was nothing on Saturday. Maybe some Bulls basketball. I don't know. But there was this thing at the Allstate Arena that seemed to create quite a stir in the world, and I thought we'd take a few minutes and kind of react to it, since the damn internet has lost its mind over the past couple of days over it, and thus parlaying into Monday. Now, Red, I know that you have been looking forward to the return of the incomparable R-Truth for a great many moons. It's good to see him back, right? Jelly roll or not. Isn't it great to see R-Truth?
I don't need a jelly roll, but yes, very good to see R-Truth back on TV.
And certainly it was great to see the return of the legend killer, the Viper Randy Orton. Longest time he's ever spent away from the business, recovering from a near career-ending injury. And it reminded me when Triple H came back from the torn quad. Randy Orton was incredible physical condition. His speed was something that I wasn't expecting. So it was great to see Randy Orton again, right? I mean, we've been loving on Randy Orton for 20 years, right?
I guess. I mean, I haven't always been a Randy Orton fan, but I mean, that's his job, right? Is to make me hate him, right? When
Yes.
he's a heel. So, you know, when he started the whole legend killer thing, I wasn't fond of it,
Oh man,
because
that was a great time. That was a great time. That was a great faction.
well, when you take out one of he wasn't in the faction at that point. He was on his own.
Right.
Now when he was I thought Legacy could have did much better if they really had pushed them. But they it's like they got behind him at first and then they were like, never mind.
It was great on paper, but it didn't translate well in the ring. That happens.
Right.
Looks good on paper. When you're writing a show script, it seems like it could be a good idea, and then it kind of goes to crap. We've seen that. I've been part of that many times.
Yeah.
But obviously, I'm being coy systematically. Obviously, the final moments of Survivor Series, the world lost its damn mind. The return of Phil, and Phil comes back, and that was it was quite a raucous crowd. They obviously very well planned to have him return in Chicago, because you're never not going to get that pop in Chicago. Even when he was at AEW, they would still chant CM Punk in Allstate at WWE events. So, if you're going to do the lead pipe lock about this plan, that's why you don't wait till Royal Rumble. You bring him here. So I thought that was fine enough. But and like I said, there's whether you love him, you hate him, and boy, we've had many guests on this show that have a real problem with old Phil. Braun the Lumberjack has spoken at length about it. Obviously, Billy Whack, not a proclaimed fan. But it is what it is. I mean, they certainly have a more up close and personal relationship than certainly I do. I look at him through a fan's eyes more as a contemporary's eyes. So I can't really quantify their hatred. I just go about my own business. But what I want to talk about more so than the pop Saturday night, I want to talk about the promo that was cut on Raw. And the reason why I want to talk about this is a guy that I know that I've worked with for many years, that I came up in the radio business with, a guy I did commentary at Crash Tested with, Nick Swinky, the professor, I call him. He posted on social media today, and his post read, that CM Punk promo was as soulless and empty as that 2011 Rock promo where he said he was back home and would never leave. Have you had a chance to see the CM Punk promo from Monday Night Raw?
I watched Raw.
Right.
That's the reason why I watched Raw last night.
And that's the reason why Raw did some pretty gigantic numbers for itself Monday evening. I couldn't disagree with that take on that promo more. I don't think Phil came up with that promo on his own, because that was it was certainly like an anti-pipe bomb to me. But I think the most amusing thing to me, at least from the way I perceive it based on what he said, is I think basically in one single promo, he almost completely redacted his entire AEW one in one promo. Because you remember when he hit the stage at the Wintrust Arena for AEW. I was sick. They made me work. They wouldn't pay me. Blah, 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 blah. And he almost incited a riot. Everybody was like, fuck WWE. Yeah. It was a completely different time, completely different circumstances. But in this soulless promo, as Nick called it, he essentially almost completely absconded himself of anything that he did as a character at AEW in one promo. To me, I thought it was an incredibly carefully scripted promo. I thought the verbiage that they used in that promo was incredibly specific, right up to the way it ended. I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money, which basically cements the point that, doesn't matter where I am, as long as I'm making the cash. And that's kind of the way, at that level, that's kind of the way it's got to be, doesn't it? You want to go where you're going to get paid, right? Even at our level, you want to go where you're going to get paid, right?
Right.
But I think that was one of the most carefully scripted promos I've ever heard, because the way he delivered it, you could tell in my mind, and I watched it a couple of times just because I wanted to make sure I wasn't wrong. I don't want to pop out of an opinion, without carefully considering what I'm saying, because it's always used against me. But I really thought there were moments that he wanted to say other things and basically stayed with what they had for him. I almost felt like there was a deal struck where it's like, all right, Phil, we're going to have you back. We're going to pay you a Brinks truck. We're going to have you come back at Survivor Series in your hometown, upstaging the comeback of Randy Orton. But what you have to do is you have to do your pipe bomb promo this way. And I think Phil did it that way. So I don't know as I would consider it a soulless promo. I remember that Rock promo, and I get where he's going with it, but I think that that promo was very specifically generated with a very specific purpose in mind. What are your thoughts?
Uh, so one, let me correct you. I don't think it was a pipe bomb.
It was an anti-pipe bomb. I think it was,
I
yeah.
don't even think it was an anti-pipe bomb. I think, as you said, I think so. I have to go off because I also watched the press conference right after the paper.
As did I, and Triple H, basically he made the launch angle. He gave you the launch angle.
Yeah, but he said that, uh, I'm not saying things hadn't been discussed beforehand. Uh, but the deal, the way I received Triple H's info was that the deal, uh, was taken care of Saturday. You know, uh, papers and everything, handshakes and all of that was signed and sealed on Saturday. Um, so I agree with the part that it was, they told him this is what you need to say. Um, as far as soulless and all of this, I have to disagree with Swank, especially, him talking about The Rock. Let's be honest, whether you like the man or not, the man is one of Hollywood's biggest money makers.
No doubt.
Um, and we want our heroes, to stay in our world, But I had this conversation some months ago with somebody. When you look at, you have to be honest, and there were others. But to me, when you look at people like Piper and Hogan, who during the 80s broke the ceiling for professional wrestlers to be in movies and television, that opened the door for everybody that was in professional wrestling. Now, whether you could actually act or not is a different story, you know. But they broke the walls down. Shawn Michaels benefited from it. He did a few shows, TV shows. Hell, look at Austin. Austin shit. There was some years where you couldn't throw a fucking quarter without in a video store without every fucking goddamn DVD being about him. And hell, that was after he left WWE. Like, like shit. So they've benefited. So me personally, think about it. If you have a chance to go make a movie for 3 months and make a shitload of money, and you just have to act. Now, I'm not saying The Rock always had a stunt double, but I'm sure a lot of times he had a stunt double, and I've even seen pictures of his stunt double. Like, why wouldn't you do that? And your body, you're saving your body. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Your body is not, you're not taking that constant beating you were every night. And let's be honest, the man is in phenomenal fucking shape.
Right.
So now let me circle back to your point. I think what Punk said at the very end, I'm here for the money, was the guy's the honest fucking truth. And like you said, why would you not? Now, I don't know his financial status, and I don't even care. But here's my thing. If I walked away on bad terms and 8 years later, I tried my hand in MMA. Hell, shit, that didn't go great,
Yeah, you
And
would
then
suck, you would suck totally at MMA.
I wouldn't even try it. That's bullshit. I wouldn't even try it. I be the ring girl. Fuck that. Round two. Um, I wouldn't, he left for 8 years, did MMA during that time. He sucked. Then he goes to AEW. Um, and he has a few altercations with a few people. Um, and everybody just is rubbed the wrong way. But let's be honest, in this business, as we're taught, are you here to make friends? Are you here to make,
Do
not
you think
me
do you
personally.
think the Barker is here to make friends, or is he here to make money?
I don't give a damn. I
The
hate the
Barker.
Barker.
Why does the Barker make you feel uncomfortable, Red?
I hate the Barker. So I don't give a shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Oh, what's wrong, C-Red? You don't look happy to see me.
I'm never happy to see you. And you know why.
Already my favorite power hour. Already the best power hour ever.
A tip of the cap to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, a big welcome to our guest tonight for a little while. This is a superstar that has gone through one of the most magical transformations in history, pun intended. Ladies and gentlemen, 1/3 of Magic Inc. from NWA Pro Wrestling. It's the Marker. Hello, sir.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to what is now known as the Barker's Hour. Oh, the greatest show on all of Facebook on Tuesday nights.
Oh, I could listen to this for a week.
And I can mute it for a week.
We got very different views on this man. Barker, let's start with rivalries. And we want to talk a little bit because Red is very much a fan and supporter of BFT, blunt force trauma. And that's one of those teams that kind of in the crosshairs of Magic Inc., if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, BFT, let me tell you a thing or two about those two gentlemen. They came to the show, they bought a ticket, and we took them for a ride. We proved our dominance in that we could stand toe-to-toe with the best team the NWA has to offer at the moment. And we had them right here, before that slithering no good snake Aaron Stevens got involved. But I tell you what, don't count your chickens before they hatch, because I don't think our business is done with BFT just yet.
That is, I could watch those teams fight every day, all day. Let's talk about Magic Inc. for a minute. What is it about that combination of three talents that makes things so supernatural in NWA?
Oh, well, Steve, you got me, which is comedy, right? Everybody needs some comedy, right?
It's fair.
And then you've got droopy old Jake Dumas, the magic bastard. And then you have the lovely assistant CJ, who doesn't quite understand the English, but that's okay. We'll teach her our ways. And she does what she needs to do when she's in the right place. Right there's the three of us. That's a dynamic trio, if I'd say. Wouldn't you say, Red? Wouldn't you
No.
say that's an awesome trio?
No.
I know you'd buy a ticket to see that show.
I would. I'd buy a
You'd be
ticket,
sitting
Red.
up front eating
You
your
buy a ticket
peanuts.
to you buy a ticket to see paint dry. Shit.
Gobble, gobble.
If I'd buy a ticket to see paint dry, that's a little obtuse. NWA has given you guys a tremendous amount of exposure. And I think right now, the product, NWA Power, is at an all-time creative high. Talk a little bit about it, what it's like to be a showpiece on such a great show.
Well, you can't have a show without showmen.
Fair?
So, to lead the way and then have the spotlights shining down on us three and have a platform such as the NWA represents the tradition, the legacy that is professional wrestling as our stage, and to be front and center has been nothing short but magnificence. And we are having so much fun every week on NWA Power that you never know what you're going to see next.
Oh, this is fantastic.
So what's wrong down there, C-Red? You're shaking your head in disapproval. Does this show not humor you? Does the show not entertain you? Does the show not make you feel things you have never felt before?
Oh, it makes them feel stuff.
Yeah. Right, but I won't go there. Makes me feel
No,
like
please go there. We got the Barker. Like, when are we ever going to have a chance to have the Barker from NWA on this show? We've outkicked our coverage, Red. This is big.
Continue.
Oh, what? You're not going to? No questions? You don't want to know what lurks in the gallows of the mind of the Barker?
Hell no.
All right.
Well, come on, C-Rad. Step right up. I won't even charge you full price to get inside my head.
He's inviting you to his head.
I want you to see the things I see.
I don't want to see none of the things you see at all. No, I'm good. I'm good.
Red, let me let you in on just a little secret. I
mean,
if you don't want to buy a ticket and see inside the head of the Barker, what are you going to do Saturday in Joliet at Christmas Chaos? Because this genius, this beautiful genius, is going to be there along with his tag team partner Cypher that make up Dark Carnival to take on the final level. You can't get away from this man.
So are you putting your money? Because I bet your ass $100 right now on the final level. So if you taking Dark Carnival, Sideshow, whatever the hell they calling them.
Sideshow? That's Dark Carnival. What the hell are you talking about?
So are we making a bet right here on the show?
I don't know how you bet again.
Steve, I think you take the money. It's a safe bet to say.
Are you taking the bet, Steve? $100. I've got the final level.
I'll tell you what. I've said for a long time now, the final level is the best tag team I've ever seen. But Cypher and the Barker together as Dark Carnival have Marche and Logan their match.
So are you taking the bet? Yes or no?
We're gonna push along with the Barker here because I'm interested in what made him look to Cypher to be his partner because his partner in Magic Inc. could not make it due to other obligations. Why Cypher? Why now?
I'll tell you why, Steve. I traveled through thick and thin. I traveled far across the fairgrounds and carnivals looking for the right freak to bring with me to Joliet.
He found a freak.
So I looked low and I looked high. And I figured I'd go for the biggest one in the sky. And I found me everybody's favorite freak, a monster of the Midwest. Kids and parents will be traveling across many counties and towns to see this special pairing that is the Barker Cody James, and the monster of the Midwest, Cypher, known as the Dark Carnival. And maybe, just maybe, when we're in Joliet, we'll be able to add some more freaks to our carnival.
My God, that's
There's a timeout.
Rion, what do you got for the Barker Cody James? Go ahead, Rion.
So we have all sorts of plans already to make sure the price of admission is well justified for the show. I just hope the lights of Joliet and Rocket Pro are bright, because we strive under the lights, and we'll give them a show that's worth paying for.
Oh my God, this is going to be one of those shows. Rion, you have a question for the Barker?
I do. Well,
right.
actually, it's not so much a question, but a statement and the question. Well, I guess a little bit both. Steve, you got to give me a minute while I'm trying to get these photos. I know you got a lot of stuff you're trying to run through. Give me a goddamn minute, please. Mr. Barker, my apologies as far as not getting the proper information up at the time. I almost put you up as Cody James, the other guy that was in CNC Construction. My apologies for that. Please don't.
He's in a different universe, sir. We don't speak of that.
I know. I'm just letting you know that was a quick fix on my end. So I'm taking care of it as we speak.
I took care of him as well.
Give me some time as far as getting other photos accordingly. So my apologies
take
for
your
that.
time, Rion. We're on Rion's time. I forgot this was called Rion's Hour.
No, it's not.
Not the Barker's Hour.
You made it very clear that it is the Barker's Hour very early on. Just keep it as it is. Just give me a couple of minutes as far as getting other photos.
Hurry up, kid, you're bugging me. All right, hurry up. When you're ready to take a seat, let me know.
Exquisite. Did you have a question, Rion? You made a statement. I'll slow it down. Did you have a question for the Barker?
No, I didn't. Because he kind of already answered what I was going to do anyway. But you keep rolling, Steve. You have fun with this. I'm gonna go back and
See, Red,
do the other thing.
I'm kind of offended you haven't commented on my special attire. A man of your stature and such elegance, I see how you dress when you show up for shows, and I wanted to dress to the nines tonight with this brand new coat, and I wore it just for you.
Why you wearing it just for me tonight? Why?
Because it seems that you're not impressed with what the Barker has to offer. So I need to win your admiration, or I just might not sleep for another 100 days.
That won't happen.
I want all my guests at the carnival to enjoy the rides and the shows, and you just don't seem to be having any fun.
No, I am dreading this.
Why? Tell me why.
A root canal would be more fun right about now.
I can arrange one. I know a mighty good dentist.
Yankum is out of business. He's retired.
We got one that travels with us.
Wait.
It's another timeout.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. Another statement. You guys have no idea how funny that statement that he just made was. You have no idea. That is going to be addressed at Rocket Pro. I will tell you guys off the air. You have no idea how funny that joke was that he just made.
I'm good. I'm good.
Dax found out what it's like to doubt the Barker's Carnival. Is C-Red gonna have to find out this Saturday nights?
I'm not gonna find out nothing. The Dark Carnival will find out that they are non-equipped to overcome the final level.
Red,
Cool.
I think you're letting your bias get to you because Cypher's got hands like skillets, and if Marche goes in for the chop, Cypher's up to the task.
Uh,
Oh, he's miming you. Red, he's miming you. You're being mimed.
I'm not being mine.
You got him stuck in a box. He's in a glass case of emotion.
The question is,
He's
what would
calling
make
for help, Red.
he gonna be calling for help on Saturday when he's looking up at the lights. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, don't insult our guest. Come on now. We're professionals here.
And I'm a professional that knows that he's gonna get his ass whooped by the final level. It's ironic that you've been blowing smoke up the final level's ass for months, and now you believe you can't be a fan because now all of a sudden you believe that the Dark Carnival is going to unseat the Rocket Pro Tag Team Champions.
I'm just saying this is their biggest
And
challenge.
it's kind of funny how I asked you to make that bet live right here, and you just scooted right past.
I'm just saying this is the final level's biggest challenge yet.
You know what we're gonna do when we win the titles from the final level? I'm gonna put them in my museum that I pay all my attendees to come and witness, and I'm gonna have them on display, and I'm gonna charge the children. I'm gonna charge their parents. And see, Red, just because you're a doubter, I'm gonna charge you double to come and witness my grand collection that we have started. And know what we're gonna name this museum? We're gonna name it the Final Levels Last Match.
This is that part of the show where you go, she.
I ain't gotta go cheat because I'm gonna let Logan's kicks and Marche's chops say all the talking they gonna have to say.
This. The Barker Cody James is fresh off a situation in Chicago style wrestling where he was in the Ring of Destiny, as you were there and saw. And he and Marche got into it a couple of times, and he held his own.
But did he win? He's so great, right?
Did Marche win?
But did you win?
But did Marche win?
Did you win?
So if neither of us won, are either of us losers? If he didn't beat me and I didn't beat him, are either of us losers?
Marche's not.
So I'm considering the battlefield still level, see, Red.
Marche's not walking around wearing mascara. So, I mean, Marche is never a loser.
This is just the Barker's natural state. That's not eye makeup. This is just real.
With lipstick on? Oh, hey.
This is next level shit, Red.
Okay. Hey, Steve, whatever you do in the privacy of your own home and you justify.
See, Red, I could come over and teach you some tricks if you want to impersonate this look. I think you look great with a little shade under your eyes and a little.
I do.
You come. First of all, you come in my neighborhood, your ass wouldn't make it out alive.
Look, the Barker's getting cozy with one of your boys. He's not all bad if Jazz likes him. What's wrong with you?
You see Jazz is trying. He's laughing, and he's really like, so don't act like Jazz ain't busted up laughing. He's like, look at this shit here.
That's right after the Barker gave Jazz an autograph. That's why he's so grateful for that autograph. He's very happy.
No. Yeah, I actually gave Jazz some free tickets to the carnival for him and his family to come attend.
See? He's a Renaissance man.
Maybe he'll bring his granddaddy Red with him.
Jazz ain't
a believer. Because Red, what I'm taking from this is that you don't believe what you're seeing.
No.
Let me into your mind.
Fuck no! If I wouldn't let,
I will make you believe.
If I wouldn't let that goddamn maniac grin, free my mind. Think I'm gonna let you in my fucking mind? That's you're out your mind. What the hell? What kind of guess are you booking?
All right. That's I really feel like you need to show our guest a little more respect, Red. You're a little out of pocket, but it's okay. I understand.
It's okay. When people are uncomfortable, they tend to lash out.
You
They
book
don't.
people, and you expect every week for us to just be fine with whoever the hell you book. And no, that shit don't work. If I come back in 2024, oh, it's gonna be some goddamn changes, thing. It's gonna be some changes, thing.
Oh, are you gonna have peanuts? Are you gonna have cotton candy? Oh, because those are yummy treats.
I think that's what the Power Hour needs.
Maybe some funnel cakes.
While Red was ranting, our good friend Pac-Man joined the show. How are you, PX?
Doing good, guys. How you guys doing?
PX, say hello to the Barker, and do you have any questions for him? Because you're going to get to meet him up close and personal.
No,
this
he not.
Saturday
No,
in
he
Gil-
not. No, he not. Pax ain't got time to be shit. Pax got to be fucking focused. He ain't
Ask
got time
away,
for nobody
Pax.
to be in this fucking mind. And no, he got to fucking be focused. We are on a mission Saturday night in Joliet.
Oh, are we on a mission to find funnel cakes, Red? Are we gonna go to a fun house, Red?
It's funnel cake time. That's what we
Do
want
you
to
want
find.
me to take
I
you
want
to
some
see the
funnel cakes
bearded
in
lady,
Joliet.
Red?
The captain is not serving funnel cake Saturday. Okay,
You just never know. I hear there are going to be Twinkies.
And Crunch Bars.
Pax, ask away. I know you watch the Barker on NWA. I know you've seen this man all over the internet, as they are a very popular tag team, and I know you're gonna enjoy what they do Saturday with the final level. What questions do you have for the Barker, young man?
I guess if I had to ask anything, and maybe this has already been touched upon before I even got here, but given the change in your partner, how does that change your thinking going into this match against the final level?
My mind doesn't have to change the way I think because my eyes are telling it what to do. It doesn't matter who the partner is, it's the same show. And it's going to be the same ending. So I can interchange the components and the actors in my show, but I'm the one who writes it. So at the end, the destination will be the same, and we will turn everybody who's a doubter into a believer, because it's not what you see that you believe. It's what you believe you will see.
That is the name of this episode. God damn it, that was great. Red, you know that was great.
No, it wasn't.
That was great.
Batshit crazy is what it is.
Oh, that was next level stuff right there. We got the exclusive and shit. That was impressive. Pax, that was impressive. You know that was impressive.
That's a good question, though.
That was
sir.
impressive. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Don't stop now. I'm just beginning to have fun.
Y'all done all lost.
Okay. All right. So Saturday, it's certainly going to be a magical land at Christmas Chaos, Dark Carnival style. But I'm interested, Barker. 2024 is rapidly approaching, and NWA has been on a rocket ride straight up all of 2023, surpassing everybody's expectations. New streaming services, new platforms, new territories. BC has been doing big league stuff that has been changing the level and changing the game this entire calendar year. What can we expect from NWA in 2024 as it pertains to Magic Inc.?
Oh, well, Steve, the NWA, like you said, is just growing and growing and growing and adding more prestige to its already amazing legacy and name. 2024, you've mentioned it here. There's new platforms, there's new faces, there's new everything. And everything's getting a little bit more colorful. The lights are getting a little bit brighter. The shows are getting a little bit weirder. So I can promise you that 2024 will be the year of magic. And see, Red, you can believe in that. Because we are Magic Inc. And we are magic you can believe in. And we will turn all the doubters and naysayers into believers. Oh,
Red,
oh,
I
have
think
a
you
drink
enjoy,
for
brother.
me if you don't. Oh, have another. Have another. Because when you fall asleep, I'll still be there.
Oh, your house.
That's bullshit.
He's gonna be in your house and your mind. There's the picture that Red has a lot of trouble with. It's blunt force trauma with Aaron Stevens and Magic Inc. in all its colorful glory.
But look who has the NWA World Tag Team titles around their shoulders.
They're tough. I'd like to see blunt force trauma come to Rocket Pro Wrestling and take on the final level. I think that would be quite a fight too, don't you?
That I would pay to see.
I would also pay to see that. I think that would be very
again, you would pay to see paint dry. So
yeah, that's fair. Red, we have had the Barker here, and this has been one of the all-time great moments we've ever had. You have to give this man some roses. You got to give the roses to the Barker. I got to hear these roses.
They're
Come on. You got to have the
Bullshit.
roses for the Barker. You got to have them. He's earned them. Say nice stuff.
Yeah, okay, you on some bullshit. All right, so if he could, thank you for not switching all these goddamn lights.
Are they switching or is it just in your head?
It
Did
ain't
you
in my
have one too
goddamn
many
head.
drinks already, Red?
If I do, trust me, you'll know it. Steve
I
knows.
know because I see everything.
Steve, you want me to give roses and I gotta do this.
You got to give the roses, man.
That's some bullshit. How about, can I just give him a McRib and call it a day?
No, we got the McRibs at the bottom. That's fine. Come on. You know, in one way or another, you know this man a long time. You got to give him.
I have.
And what he's doing right now as the Barker is next level shit. So, Red, take us to someplace other than out of your mind.
Whatever. So I personally am proud of.
Say it. Say his name.
So close. It's on the tip of your tongue. Right there, Red. It's right there. It starts with a B. Oh,
if you ever fucking wanted to break kayfabe, fucking is the night, right? So I am extremely proud of the Barker.
Yes.
You
can do it.
Knowing him for as long as I have, watching his transformation in NWA, seeing him. So
look up.
Shut up. Here's something that not even he knows. Well, shit.
But he knows everything.
No, but he doesn't. So during my time there at NWA. I was mostly I sat back and watched how everybody interacted with everybody. And the chemistry that Magic Inc. has is second to none. So I watched how they communicated outside the ring, inside the ring, and I was impressed. And to know the Barker before and now, I'm extremely proud of where he is achieved, where he is and what he has achieved. Let me say that. To know now that every Tuesday, hell, I didn't catch tonight's episode because I got in late from work. But of course, after this we get done with this, I'll watch. But mostly down every week, they're on NWA Power. And that says a lot when, first of all, let me go back and correct you. You cannot call him BC. You do not know him like that. Okay? So get that shit right, Steve. You call him Mr. Corrigan.
Mr. Corrigan. I'm projecting.
When NWA management has that much faith in somebody that they're on almost every episode, that says a lot about them. I know there are a few live events and pay-per-views coming up, and they're featured. So again, that says a lot for the Barker. And I couldn't be more happier or prouder for somebody that I know, because I know how hard he has worked to get here. And, a lot of guys, it kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier, Steve, before he appeared. A lot of guys, we can all sit back, we can all judge this person or that person, but until you fucking make it, you can't really judge, right?
Right.
The Barker is made.
No question. You know what he's made? He's made it inside your mind.
No, he is not. Trust me. My food in the refrigerator is on my mind. So
tell the burrito I say hi, Red.
I don't eat burritos. So he's lost again, people. I don't eat burritos. So outside of tonight's interview, I'm gonna be honest. So if Blunt Force Trauma was not my favorite tag team, if Aaron Stevens was not my favorite, what can I call him? Compatriot. I can call him that. It might be them.
He said it.
But see, I've faced Blunt Force Trauma. I've faced Aaron Stevens. So I know I can hold my own personally as a manager. I can hold my own against them. See, the first thing, they would lose their lovely valet, right? Because she would see all this sexiness and realize she is on the wrong team, and she would instantly jump in my arms, and I would tell her,
Red.
hey,
Red.
back up. I'm a married man. I want no part of you. Back up. So that's just life. It's just
As we travel around from town to town and city to city and fairground to fairground, you don't think the lovely assistant CJ hasn't met millions and millions of lovely men?
I don't give a
She
damn
doesn't
if
let the
I
beauty
I
pull
don't give
her
a
or
damn if
stray
she's
her
met
away from the end goal,
millions
Red.
and
Your
millions and
beauty and
millions
your humor
of
is
lovely
all
men.
inspiring, but
There's only
it will not attract
there's only
CJ
one
unless she
urban sensation.
understands the
There's
end
only one.
goal.
Look, pretty. You can't.
I'm
I
not
don't give a
taking
damn
it
where you
away from
go.
you.
I don't give a
If
damn where
you're
you
looking
go.
for a job, I got an
No,
act just for you in my
no,
show.
no. I got a job,
Oh, I can put you
and I
under the
love my
light
job.
and make them bright.
Well, today, I don't know about, but maybe tomorrow be a little bit better. But today wasn't a good day. But again, I give all the props, all the love, all the respect to the Barker. I wish them much success. Um, I don't think it'll be against blunt force trauma. It could be against anybody else. It really could have. It really could. But and this Saturday, I'm sorry. As much as I like the Barker,
He said it again.
and Cypher
We've turned a non-believer into a believer.
I'm not a believer.
Believer is here.
No, you're not, because
He bought a
you're gonna
ticket
get
to
your
the
ass
show.
kicked on Saturday. But Cypher, yeah, he's unhinged. He's a monster.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
my monster. And
But-
he's coming to Joliet to play.
let's be honest. You're gonna take Chris Logan, who ain't wrapped too tight, and Marche Rocket, who is one playing card short of a full deck, and you think, like, Steve, like, I'm just done, and matter of fact, I'm going to text both of them tonight and let them know bullshit you owe, because
I haven't made a pick, Red. I'm Switzerland right now.
no, you're not Switzerland, because this whole show, again, you've been on the Barker and the Dark Carnival. Okay, all right. I'm gonna make sure they see this shit and put chops for you
I'll take
on
my
Saturday.
lumps. I'll take my lumps. This is fucking brilliant.
So
Not only are we going to take their pretty titles and put them in a new museum exhibit in my carnival, we're going to take Chris Logan and Marche Rocket and add them to the show as well. We're going to make them famous. We're going to take them on the road. And people will
Don't make
come
me have
from
another
miles
drink
and miles
before you go.
away to see what the Dark Carnival has to offer.
And don't say Miles. Please don't say Miles. No.
I'll give Miles an audition if he wishes.
No, he's straight.
He's going after all your people.
He ain't going after my people. Remember, I got how many days left? Okay.
You're gonna be face to face with the Barker Saturday, Red. You're gonna be
No,
sitting in commentary with me.
No, first of all, I'm not going to be sitting face to face with the Barker. Understand, my objective on Saturday should be the same as PAX. Okay, we have a match we have to focus on. Okay, win, lose, or draw. I need to make sure, would I not do my job if I do not make sure my grandson has every tool he needs to win on Saturday?
He's mimicking you. He's playing that game with you, and he's synced up with you 100%. He's still doing it.
A man of many acts, I am. Because the show's always got to go on.
Oh, it's gonna go on. Steve,
Oh.
come on, keep going.
Oh, where is Cactus Rack? I was hoping to introduce myself to the lovely lady.
She told us to tell you, fuck off.
No, that she did not. She did not. She's tending to some family matters tonight, but she sends her regards, Mr. Barker.
No, she didn't. Don't even
And
get
we
that.
send
bull.
our well
How
wishes
you
to
gonna
her
tell that
family.
lie?
We
Do
hope
I
all
need
is
to
well,
look?
Rachel.
I will pull up the chat and read it word for word. Right fucking that. She ain't saying
He's
shit
got a mouth
to
on
the
him,
bar.
doesn't he, Steve?
He's
You know, Red, when you join my carnival and you become my Jack in a Box, you're not going to be able to use that language in front of the kiddos. Their mommy and daddies pay good money to see the show that we have to offer.
What
And you
I
can't say
here's
those words.
well,
in
here's
our
the
show.
thing. First of all, I ain't a goddamn Jack in the Box. And second of all, that's some bullshit. Because if you think you gonna curve my mouth, she what the fuck? Nah. Keep going, Steve.
We only have the Barker for a short time tonight. He's got many
God.
supernatural things to do. But I want to give you such profound thanks for being yourself tonight on this show. It is amazing. It is spellbinding. It is fantastic. And the people of Joliet this Saturday don't know what they're in for. I can't wait to see the reaction when the Dark Carnival walk through the curtain.
Oh, thank you very much for those kind words, Steve. I thank you for giving me another platform to portray myself on.
I wish you nothing but the best, not only in upcoming shows, but throughout 2024. At some point next year, we would love to have the entire Magic Inc. on this show, because that would be a show that Red would love.
Ooh, we can make that happen just for C
No.
Red, though, Steve. That wouldn't be a favor to you. That would be a favor to him.
Perfect.
As I'm sandwiched between the
what
two
did
of you
I
right
say?
now.
Did I say I was coming back in 2024?
Well, if you
I
come
know-
back, you got Dumont, you got Barker, and you've got CJ waiting for you, maybe.
Magic Jake. Magic
See,
Jake will do
that
a
would
magic
make me
trick just for
decide
you.
not to do this anymore. Wouldn't it?
God, this is amazing. Barker, Cody, James, thank you so much for your time tonight. We appreciate you so much. We look forward to seeing you on Saturday, and keep doing what you're doing, because this is absolutely magic.
Thank you, Steve. And I have one last thing to say.
By all
Steve, you
means.
might get this, but C-Red might have to wait until Saturday to understand. Red,
I'm good.
I hope you have sweet dreams.
I do when I think about my wife. What the hell? You on some bullshit tonight. You know what? I'm taking over booking. If I come back in 2024, I'm taking over booking. No more you.
I have to say that might be the most amazing segment we've ever had. That takes the fucking taco, man. That when he was mimicking you, spectacular. Pat, you saw it all. Tell Red that was spectacular.
It was pretty good, though. I have to ask Red. He was talking a lot about funnel cake and stuff, but what about popcorn? Will there be popcorn if you come back in 24?
You want popcorn?
Absolutely, I love popcorn.
If I'm doing the booking, then we can talk about it, because the bullshit Steve is on.
I don't understand what you didn't like about that.
Really? How about we just run down the rest of the card for this Saturday in Joliet at Christmas Chaos from Rocket Pro Wrestling?
Whoa.
Whoa.
Red. The Barker drove you to drink. The Barker got inside your kitchen.
How
I
did he get
haven't
in my
seen-
kitchen? My kitchen is up there.
I haven't seen you react like that to a human being or non-human being in whatever case, but since Grin got up on you. Man. I want to ask Rion Skills what he thought. Rion,
I
if you're
deal
there,
I can deal with Grin. I can't deal with Boo.
What? I'm trying to get these photos up. What's up, sir?
I just want to
What's
know
up?
what you thought.
Of
The Barker.
Okay, I'm just checking to make sure because I was unsure of where. Okay, uh, I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was awesome. I thought it was an unhinged. I thought that he made people uncomfortable while telling a story. I feel like knowing what he was originally and what he is now, it is absolutely amazing what he's doing. Like flat out. Uh, if he sees this later, Barker, if you can tell Cody James that the work he's putting in, wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Uh, and I just hope that they do more with him moving forward. If he is going where I think he's going to go, I hope that they continue to push him that way. And that's just how I feel. I think he's doing an excellent job with his character and his personality. Because at this point, it's no longer a character; it is indeed a personality. Now, is it okay if I can go back to trying to find these photos that you're going to start announcing matches for that I'm unprepared for?
Yes, thank you, Rion. I appreciate the kind words, and I know he will too. You know, what Rion said resonates a lot because we've worked with Cody James now for quite a few years, and the man works hard. He travels, he goes many places. He's one of the best locker room guys I've ever worked with, and the creation of this character and what he's doing in NWA, there isn't anybody that deserves success more than him. He's a good dude. He's a great family man. He busts his ass. He cares. He'll bust a ring down. He'll put a ring up. He'll put chairs down. He'll put chairs up. He stays even when he's got a 2-hour ride home. He's always done things the right way. And it's just nice to see that people that are good for this business and behave well can get rewarded. Red, your stint in NWA, I thought was very similar. It's well deserved because you have put in over decade after decade. And although it was a short run, at least now, it was still a run on NWA. 10 pounds of gold, Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes. You're part of a legacy of that company now, as now Cody is. And Cody is being pushed as a first level top tier talent, which I think is amazing. So we thank the Barker. We love Cody. And my God, Saturday in the park just got a little more interesting. I can't take your bet. I won't take your bet because then I would be CM Punk the hypocrite. I have maintained right along that I think the final level is one of the best tag teams I've ever seen. But I don't think they've ever come up against two people that are larger than them. Both Cody and Cypher are bigger than Shogun and Marche. That's not taking anything away from Shogun and Marche. They've beat people bigger, smaller, blacker, whiter, whatever. They don't lose. That's why they're the boss level. That's why they're the final level. But boy, I'm telling you, if there were ever two men that could come to Joliet and push them to their very limit, could be these two. Would I bet you $100 that the Dark Carnival wins? No, absolutely not. Would be very difficult for me to bet against Marche and Logan because they are as good as I have said they are. But that Dark Carnival team, man, they're going to have to do some pretty magic things to put those two boys down. Why are you clapping?
Bravo, encore. The way you just backtrack that bullshit you talked earlier. Mm-hmm.
It's called redacting. I simply redacted
Oh,
it.
bullshit.
But that is one of the showpieces of this show. And it again, Christmas Chaos. Every show that Rocket Pro does, there's something different about it. Each one has its own different feel. Darkness Falls has an era of unpredictability. Harvest Havoc, something game-changing always happens. Christmas Chaos is kind of like a grab bag, if you will, where you never know what you're going to get until you open it. And then that parlays into the new year with Resolution. It's like every show builds on the other show to make one of the most cohesive calendar years of any promotion that I work with. It's amazing how one Rocket Pro show builds into another, but each show in its name carries a certain fascination. When you hear Royal Rumble, when you hear Survivor Series, when you hear WrestleMania, it elicits a certain reaction because of the name. And I think that's what Rocket Pro has done with the naming of their shows. Darkness Falls, the hair on the back of my neck stands up. Kicks on 66. I will always look back on that particular show with incredible fondness because it's where I got to be in the ring in front of 500 people. So it's so cool. Each of these shows have their own characteristics and characters. Boy, when Cody and Cypher walk out of that curtain and Joliet finally gets a taste of what Dark Carnival is all about, that crowd is in for a real Christmas treat.
If you say so.
I say so. I know so. Pac-Man, I'm right. Correct? You're going to agree with me on this.
I have to agree. I mean, every single show builds on the other shows, and the names of Rocket Pro shows, really tie into the time of the year, obviously, but also they build on each other, just like you said. So I couldn't agree more.
Some special booking going on there, but that's neither here nor there. All right, so you've touched upon it a couple of times. You don't care about the final level, and you don't care about the Dark Carnival because you both have to be focused.
First of all, I don't put words in my mouth. Never did you hear me say I don't care about the final level.
I'm just saying you've got bigger fish to fry. You need to be focused because you guys have got yourself into a bit of a precarious situation, shall we say.
First of all, we didn't get ourselves in the shit.
I was dragged into it.
I mean, let's be honest. All of this is based off of one person and their insecurities in high school. One person. Whether you see it that way or not, or anybody else sees it, that's how I see it. That's how all of this started. One person and their insecurities, right? So now, said person has become a professional wrestler. That's great. Okay. But he can't take the fact that people he knew, people that he grew up around, are now fans and they're giving them the business, right? That's what fans do, right?
Exactly. I mean, I was just doing whatever I'd been doing, every time I go to a wrestling show, booing and cheering whoever the hell I damn well please.
Right. He pays his money, so he has that right, that privilege, right? As long as he's not putting his hands on people, not being disorderly, is accepted, right?
Right. And the thoughts never crossed my mind.
Now all of a sudden, months ago, they want to put their hands on, right? Push me. All right. Then come up to me and gonna try to order me. Like, no. So I pimp slapped his ass.
Yeah, you did.
Next show, Okay. They decide to now grab Pax, throw him in the ring. So I wasn't going to stand for that. But what happens? I get hit from behind, right?
Right.
Okay. So I take the beat. Johnny comes out. Johnny and I, former member who has seen the light, right? Clears house. No problem. All right. Last month, Johnny comes out, to speak his mind to the fans and explain why he did what he did. And before he can even really get started, we couldn't tell from commentary the Pax was missing, right? We're doing the show. We had no idea. And all of a sudden the idols drag Pax out, right?
Deplorable. As you could hear on commentary, I was screaming at Damian Saint.
So all of a sudden, yeah, I grabbed the chair. I cleared the fucking house. Hell, Tim almost caught hell. If you look, Tim almost caught that shit. Hey, Tim, I'm sorry, but hey, when I'm in the ring, I'm swinging for everybody. So what happens? For months, Pax and the rest of the LIM have been saying, Damian Saint, do something. Do something. Now, I don't think they thought this, but what happens? Damian Saint decides all of a sudden he's going to make a 6-man match. The Fabulous Idols of Damian Gray, Cade, Joey Roth, right? Versus me, Johnny Knife, and Pax in a no DQ match. Now, if you would have said me and Johnny and a partner of our choosing, no DQ, okay. But you now take a fan, and you place him in this situation, which I've been saying since this has happened for weeks, that this is unprecedented.
Unprecedented.
That this can go one or two ways. But let's just think of the way of going south, per se. What's to say that next month he doesn't put another fan in the ring that he doesn't care for?
Gabagool, for instance.
When will it stop? What's to say that at your next CSW show a fan isn't put in a very strange and hard situation?
Yeah, it certainly doesn't set a great precedent, does it?
So I have to go in focus. Now, again, I've stated here, I've even stated on Thanksgiving on the LIM podcast, hook or crook, man. If I go down, I'm going down in the blaze of glory. But at the same time, I'm not going to just let them take liberties on Pax. And Johnny feels the same way. Johnny has
everybody in the locker room feels the same way.
Johnny has a personal, or I'm not even going to say personal. He has a business issue to deal with the item, right?
Right.
Stemming from what essentially happened with you and Shelly, right?
Mm-hmm.
So His business. Me and Pax is personal. See, because once you touch my grandson, you're essentially touching me.
Clearly.
So family is family, blood or not. And he is my family. So this Saturday, we are going to be as prepared as we can be. We are going to be game focused right up time that the bell rings. And guess what? We are going to leave it all out there. There's one thing you will not be able to say, Steve, on Saturday, that Pax was not prepared. You will not be able to say that.
And watching his journey on social media, it's well documented that he has taken this very seriously, and he is going to do everything in his power to represent not only the LIM, but Rocket Pro in its highest degree. X, what do you got?
I mean, I was sitting and talking about this yesterday on JFW with Travis, Nubby, and special guest Tony Gabagool. And, I admitted for the first time in all of this, I'm scared as fuck. Now that the reality of the situation has set in, I was sitting there and I was watching some no disqualification matches Damian Gray has been in. I chose Shogun versus Damian Gray from, I believe that was last November. And I watched as Shogun got beaten down by Damian Gray with that baseball bat. And it was personal for Gray, just as this definitely is personal between him and I. With all the history we have going back decades at this point. It's just one of those things where as I've sat with this, I've done everything I can, and I'm grateful for Double J, and I'm grateful for Danny, helping me with my workouts, and Danny was a little bit more unorthodox with his training on Thanksgiving, but I mean he did the best he can, but I'm doing everything I can to make myself as ready as possible. And I'm anxious, and Saturday is going to be I feel like I have the weight of so many people on my shoulder. I have C-Rad and Johnny Nye who are, relying on me just as much as I'm relying on them. I have Rocket Pro Wrestling fans relying on me to make sure that they have that voice so that people know that wrestlers cannot put their hands on the fan. I have so much pressure, but I don't know, this might be unrelated, but I had this this package that I found as I was coming in. It was very, very weird. It had a note on the front of it. Do you mind if I open it real quick?
No, I mean, hey, it's the time of year, right? We love gifts.
Right. All right. So the note says, Pac-Man, December 2nd, Christmas Chaos. No DQ, take advantage. Merry Christmas. Unknown. Don't know.
So someone sent you a gift to perhaps help you with Christmas chaos. I wonder what it is.
Let me open it up. Let's see.
So is this a joke by the idolizers?
Who knows? So we're gonna find out in a minute here.
Was it delivered by Amazon like that? Because usually they don't wrap them.
No, it looks like whoever was there just put it at my door. Hold on. Now the box. It's just
Be
a box.
careful. What if it's a trap? Where's Admiral Akbar when we need him?
Wait a minute.
What do you got there, pal?
Red. We got ourselves a little toy to play with on Saturday, it looks like.
Uh-oh.
I won't. I guess we'll find out on Saturday. I feel a little better.
Okay.
Heck, man, just teased you. He's got something in that box for Saturday, but he ain't saying what.
And that's fine. That's fine. Because I'll know. And more importantly, Johnny will know. But the idols won't know.
And what the idols don't know is good for business.
Damn right.
Pax, I want to tell you one thing before we move on to the next matches, and then we'll talk about IPW. Yes, you have a lot riding on this. Yes, you have a lot of responsibility. Being a fan going across the line, it's a burden for sure. But while you're involved Saturday, just be sure you take a look around, because very few people that are fans ever get a chance to do something quite like this. So I appreciate your focus. I appreciate your seriousness. I appreciate the fact that you are under the pressure, and you should be. But allow yourself a few moments to take it in and to appreciate where you are and what you're doing. Because if you don't have a few minutes to take it in, then, why do it in the first place? Enjoy the moment. You've earned your way here. You got here. For better or worse, whatever happens, the sun will rise on Sunday. But take a breath in the moment and take a mental picture so you can keep it with you. Because being involved in a Rocket Pro show, especially on Christmas Chaos, it's a spectacular opportunity. So give yourself that pat on the back and give yourself that moment to kind of take it all in.
Will do.
Other things that are happening this Saturday, in addition to Dark Carnival in the final level and the Idols versus the Good Guys, we have got the Maximus Orion, Ryan Matthews situation coming to a head. The war that started over a game of Fortnite. Now it comes to a point where this has got a very special stipulation, Red. This is called a Shelly's Choice match. That means Shelly, our broadcast partner, and one of the bigwigs at Rocket Pro Wrestling, gets to make the match of her choice. I don't even know what that means. God only knows what she's going to choose. I mean, it could be a Fortnite dance-off for all we know.
I have no idea, and I guess I'm pretty much like everybody else. Like, I want to see what she has in store.
Let's not forget, Red, that Ryan Matthews invaded their home under false pretenses to beat up her son. I don't think this match favors Ryan Matthews at all.
Oh, hell no. He better hope it's not an Italian mom on a pole match.
What if it's a lightsaber on a pole match?
Oh, well, he's going to get his ass kicked then too.
So, I mean, there are a lot of ways this thing could play out, but that's just one of the many attractions that are happening this Saturday at Rocket Pro Wrestling. And then, almost, you've got so many matches at this point that you could label main event caliber. What about the championship? You've got the champion, Aaron Stone. You've got Sexy Violence, former champion Quinn Whittick, who never lost. And then you've got Shaq Jordan, who has been named to this match by special order of the office of the general manager. So you have three of the most athletic, highest flying, craziest members of this roster in one place at one time for the richest prize at Rocket Pro Wrestling. Man, it just gets better and better as we go down the card, doesn't it?
I refuse to try to even think about this match. First of all, we 2 months ago we saw Stone versus Whittaker, right?
Good.
And they threw their bodies around like they did not care.
As they do.
Then last month we saw Shaq Jordan accept Aaron Stone's open challenge. And again, both men gave no regard to their health, welfare, or safety.
And Shaq was close a number of times.
So now you put these men in the ring. And here's the problem with this match, right? If you can call it a problem, because I'm not in it, so it's not a problem for me. Thank God. You got Whittaker, who feels he never lost his title. He was screwed out of his title. It should still be on his waist.
And Sexy Violence is mad.
And no, mad ain't the word. He's pissed off.
Yeah.
Then you've got Shaq Jordan, who some might feel is the underdog in this.
But still the generational treasure.
And we know what Shaq can do inside of a wrestling. Then you have Aaron Stone, who has been a fighting champion.
Dreambreaker has not turned down a challenge yet.
You know, and he feels like he earned it, which in some cases he did, depending on what side of the coin you're looking at. But he wants to prove that he is the greatest Rocket Pro champion of all time. So there will be 3 men that enter this arena on Saturday. 3 men will walk down that aisle and get into that ring. And I believe they will beat the living hell out of each other. And I can't call it. I can't.
It's impossible. The only winners in this match are the fans that get a chance to watch it. It's going to be great. In other action, Connor Hopkins defends the Outer Limits Championship against a returning Hartenbauer. That ought to be something special.
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
So we like Connor, right? But let's be honest. There's another match that I'm assuming we'll get to in a little bit. But again,
yeah, I brought this one up first because I want to keep that other match and its implications out of it.
But you can't. Old Evil is the family that we knew, right?
Right.
When you think about it, for over a year, you were calling me, Red, I need you back. Red, I need you back. Oh, those damn Coyotes. Oh, dude, they're the best thing going. Rocket Pro, they're taking it by storm, right?
Right.
Is that the same, those damn Coyotes right now?
No, clearly not. Christian Rose has gone insane, and he will be held accountable of his actions by many people.
Yeah, but right now, only one, right?
Right.
But how do you think, again, knowing everything that's on the stakes right now? And again, I'm not taking anything because he impressed me. He retained last month, and I was very proud of Connor. But even when we were sitting at commentary with him, right, it was almost like he didn't want to admit that those damn Coyotes aren't where they used to be. And how do you go into a match with somebody or against somebody who knows you fairly well, and now your title is on the line? How?
It's going to be a tough test for Connor Hopkins, no doubt about it. And speaking of Christian Rose, Hartenbauer and Christian Rose are no strangers to each other. That much is true. So it kind of all goes around in a big circle. Hartenbauer is going to be the biggest test that Connor Hopkins has had to date for his Outer Limits champion. The guy is one tough sumbitch. Again, all these matches, the common denominator is they're very difficult to pick a winner. I mean, I think Connor has everything he needs to retain, but what about Olival? You're right. What impact will he have on this match, if any? And Hartenbauer has been here a couple of times, and he is looking to establish himself in Rocket Pro. And what a way to establish yourself by becoming the Outer Limits champion. He could easily do it. So it's a match not for the faint of heart. It's going to be It's going to be frantic. It's going to be fast, and it's going to hit hard. But in the end, I mean, I hope Connor does well, but Hartenbauer's tough.
I mean, he is, but I mean, I would pick, if I knew for certain that this was the opening match of the night, right?
Mm-hmm.
I could pick Connor. Not knowing that, the longer the match, where his match is placed, his mind.
Yeah.
And now you've got to worry about, where's old evil? You know what I'm saying?
I do.
You've got to worry about your other brothers, what they're got to go through, especially Burner. So again, that's why I leave that at.
Perfect segue though to the next match, Berna versus Christian Rose. What was originally called for as a lights out match, which blew our minds on commentary, has now been illustrated as a street fight. And the wording is specific, and the change was specific, because after Berna and Gunnar Brave did lights out last year, the lights out match has been banned from Joliet. The city won't let us do another one. So Christian Rose and Brooks Berna are going to have to settle for a street fight, which will be entertaining as hell. But having sat through the lights out match, that not for the faint of heart. That was one of those matches that changed both Berna and Brave, and they'll never be the same after it. And Christian Rose, he's the architect of the Coyotes, but Berna acquitted himself very well in the violent match that he had with Brave. And I assume he learned a lot from that match. So can the student overcome the teacher because he's more accustomed to the level of violence? What's the headspace of Christian Rose going to be like? Is he going to have the mental faculties to be able to get the job done against Berna, who has danced to this beat before? It's a very compelling matchup.
Well, first of all, don't shortchange old evil.
I would never.
I I've
Because
seen
I'm
him
irritated with him right now doesn't mean I will shortchange him in any way.
I know I've seen him in street fights. So that's not where I'm at when it comes to this match. Have you forgotten? Bucky Collins said something to Burner.
Yes.
We don't know what was said,
Will
right?
Bucky be in attendance?
We don't know. But here's the thing. What did Bucky say? And we might not ever get that answer. But let's be honest. If we're friends, right? Let's be honest. And let's go back to a year ago. We talked about it a little bit on Saturday, Sunday. When you had problem with the workhorses, essentially the Power Hour had problems with the workhorses. And I came out and not defended, right?
Right.
Right. So Christian had problems with Bucky, right? So you would have thought that Burner versus Bucky, I'm on the side of my mentor, right?
Right.
And Bucky won. But then he whispered something in Burner's ear. It didn't make Burner push him away. It didn't make him give him a right cross. It didn't make him lay him out. He sat there and thought about it.
Yeah.
And then Bucky walked away. So what was said?
We may never know, Red. We may never know.
That's going to be that thing on Saturday. That did he give him the kryptonite bullet to
Maybe.
Superman, old evil? I mean,
Old English. Little OE.
old E. Old E for real. So
I always preferred St. Ides myself.
yeah, okay.
You
So-
liked Old English better?
I drank old English every day. If I drank St. Ives, bad things happen. So I don't know. So I'm not gonna pick again. This is one of those matches where we have to wait and see how this plays out in our face.
It could go either way. And let's finish up the Coyotes with the match between Damian DeShane and Devin August of the Undeniable. I don't know what's going on with the Kings of the Six. I don't know what evil game Damian Saint is playing with that tag team with his people and the Undeniable. They've been running even more rampant than the Idols have lately.
Well, one half is still running for Michael Myers. Shit.
That's true. One of them is still scared and still tormented by things that happened at Darkness Falls. But August versus DeShane. This is the first match I think I can pick. Not that I'm I certainly have had my issues with Kings of Six and Devin and Skylar specifically, but they're talented. Devin August acquitted himself well in that ladder match. He did some amazing things that I didn't know he was capable of. So he is a tremendous competitor. But you're dealing with the technical Coyote who took Christian Rose to the damn wall. And I think that matters. But how healthy is DeShane after what happened? We saw what Rose did to his hand. So is DeShane up in physically to fight? So as much as I would like to pick a Coyote to win this match, I don't think the Coyote is going to be physically able to compete at the level he'll need to take Devin August. So I think I have to pick August.
And I'm not. So we disagree already. Because I am going to pick for once tonight. I'm going to pick a coyote.
I would love to pick him, but how healthy is he?
I think half of a coyote is way more than two kings of the sixes. So
I agree with you, but you also have Saint, who I'm sure will have a hand in this match.
So for the first time, I'm going to go on no shenanigans based off of something we have not talked about yet. And I'm going to believe all of their antics and shenanigans and hoo-ha will be pushed to the side, and this will be a one-on-one contest. And if you have to pick if you have to pick, I love it, Pax. If you have to pick,
Saint looks great with pigtails.
yeah, but he should have put the cowardly lion as
Skylar.
Tyler. So
He certainly
That was all
Scarecrow.
Nubby. That was all Turtle.
You certainly got the Scarecrow right, because we know Schultz has no brains.
So
We like to call him Schultz for brains.
So I'm picking a coyote over one denial.
That's a compelling argument, Red, and you are talking about the State of Rocket Pro address where Damian Saint and Shelley will come together for some kind of I don't know, is it a quality control meeting? What's going on with that?
Why you asking me? I have no idea.
Ever since you got back, you're everybody's favorite.
Well, I mean, that might be true, but that doesn't mean I'm privy.
Thank God Red's back. Steve, Red is great. I know how great Red is. I sit with him and listen to him every Tuesday. You ain't telling me something I don't know.
So I don't know. But here's what I do know. Oh. Shelley, we've sat at commentary with Shelley.
Shelley's angry.
She's pissed.
Yeah.
So
don't piss an Italian woman off, let alone someone that owns a company.
So can you imagine what she is going to do? Or let alone
as the wizard.
I know behind everything, right?
Right.
Can you imagine when she finally gets in the ring one-on-one with a live mic in front of Saint? She is going to go off. I expect nothing less. And for me and you, like when this happens, I'm going to send somebody to the concession stand and buy us 2 things of popcorn.
I want the mushrooms, damn it.
Don't look at me. Captain Dave said they gone. I ain't got nothing to do with that. But we're gonna sit back and we're gonna enjoy the show on this.
Yes, you'll probably be sipping on your privileged coffee.
Why are you hating? Don't hate.
All right, so hopefully Shelley can rein in General Manager Damian Saint. That should be a Molotov cocktail of a situation. The Chi-Town Ghostbusters will be conducting their food drive at Rocket Pro this Saturday, so bring a toy.
I thought it was a toy drive.
That's what I said, toy drive.
You said food drive.
I say food drive, toy drive. Conducting a toy drive, so bring a toy for them. And one of their own, another member of the Undeniable, Steve Michaels, the Chicago Bear Hug, will be taking on Lennox Leone in what should be a very compelling match. I know Steve Michaels very well. We're both members of the Chicago Connection. I have seen him do impressive things. A man of his size shouldn't be able to move like he does, but he does. The only things I know about Lennox Leone are the few matches that I've seen and what my good friend Levi tells me about him, because Levi manages in many places. So according to Levi, this is a walk in the park for Lennox Leone. And you did commentary in Chicago style with Levi. So I understand you're a big fan now. You guys might have your own podcast coming out, because I saw him putting together Horseman 2.0 with you, Shay, and Jazz. That was pretty. That's a hell of a faction. You guys gonna have T-shirts and shit?
You want me to cuss you out live on this show? We can end the season here.
I mean, that was a pretty impressive picture of the four of you.
No, it was
and
just
then he ended it as he always ends it, with facts.
Again, it was a picture, nothing more, nothing less. First of all, if you don't believe Levi that this is a walk in the park, that was said by no man that ever faced Steve Michael.
Right.
Ever. So there goes his credibility out the window.
Don't I know it?
I know Lennox. He's a great competitor. I just hate that this is what he gets for a debut. Now, what I would love to see is the rest of the Chicago Ghostbusters come out and zap Michaels in the butt, and maybe whatever ghost is inside of him that made him join the Undeniables jumps out, and they can spring the trap, and trap shuts the ghost up, and
Get those Windy City Ghostbusters out there with proton packs.
Right, and then maybe he can, go back to being the guy that we all know, love, and respect, So, but if I had to pick one, I'm gonna pick, unfortunately, the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, it would be really hard to beat Michaels in that match. Another thing that's going to happen, and there's of course the graphic, the Windy City Ghostbusters toy drive. So bring a toy, get happy, make their year. It's good. Pay it forward if you can. Captain Dave's Galley is going to be featuring Twinkies and chocolate crunch bars, as seen in the movie Ghostbusters. Egon loves the crunch bars, and Winston loves that big Twinkie. So we're all in the spirit for the Ghostbusters when they come out, and it's always a good time. Final thing that we have not touched on yet about Christmas Chaos is Gunner Brave is going to address Joliet about the ending to Harvest Havoc. And I can't understand. I don't know what he's got up his sleeve or in mind. I'm sure there's something on Gunner Brave's mind, but what?
I have no idea. And I don't know.
It's going to be a hell of a show this Saturday in Joliet. So it's a big Twinkie, says Egon right there. So don't miss it. Come on out to St. Joe's Park. Oh no, I forgot one match. I didn't forget it, but I wanted to save it till the end because I want to hear some reaction from Rion, who may be driving for all I know. But Rion has graciously allowed a rematch to be booked against Joseph Von Jaeger, who made Rion's life a little difficult at Harvest Havoc. So now we're going to run it back. Rion, what say you about the matchup, your second dance with the very spry, very speedy young Joseph Von Jaeger?
I have an idea, Steve. How about you tell me your thoughts on the last match as well as Z-Red? And you tell me what you think is going to happen in this match.
I think that JVJ showed out pretty well. It was old lion, young lion in my eyes. And I think JVJ was having a very I'm happy to be there moment. And then your switch flipped, like I said it would, and things ended very violently, very quickly. I think JVJ won't be just glad to be there. I think he's coming with a receipt. So I think we're going to see a very different JVJ this time around. And I think the real deal is going to have his hands full. Red, what say you?
I disagree. Nobody, and I do mean nobody, wants to step in the ring with this Rion skills.
Agreed.
The more you constantly poke the bear, the more the bear will tear you and rip you apart. And we saw that last month. Yeah, Von Jaeger did some things, and yeah, I think one or two things might have taken the real deal off his pace and his marker, so to speak. But remember, he always tells us, "I give you what you want." There's always a catch.
Always.
So this time, okay, you want a rematch? I'll give you what you want. But now the question is, what's the catch?
Yeah.
And
I can certainly feel that.
I believe that Von Jaeger will find out exactly what that catch is this Saturday. So
how real the deal is.
I picked Rion last month. I'm gonna pick him this month.
I too will pick Rion Skills. Okay, Rion, you've heard our reaction. Pax, what about you? Do you want to chime in?
He's eating Twinkies.
I do. My phone was acting up. So I'm gonna stick with my prediction from last month, where I said that Rion was going to win the match. I mean, again, he found a way to finish the fight, just like I said, and I'll do it again this month.
Okay, Rion, you've heard us all. What say you about your match? The part 2 of the story of Rion Skills versus JVJ.
Okay. I didn't ask for this match. Damian Saint set this match up. We get that part out the way. I'm fine with Jaeger in wrestling, but I really don't feel like dealing with Jaeger in wrestling. I am 147 years old. When it comes to the wrestling deal, amongst this guy that is very, very, very young and very strong, everything that he does hurts. Everything. Doesn't matter what it is. It could be a punch, it could be a suplex, it could be a drop kick. Everything that he does hurts. I will be lucky if I'm able to survive the match. I'm going to be honest with you. But I'm not trying to win. I need to end the fight. That's all I've been doing. Same thing I did with Maximus, same thing I have to do here. I need to end the fight. Because this whole thing with Damian Saint is getting really ridiculous. Just doing stuff for the sake of doing stuff. I already beat him. Why am I in this other match? I just need to end the fight. Those are my thoughts. That is as far as I'm going to go.
All right. That is the Rion Skills that we know and love. He has got strong words about this match for Saturday at St. Joe's Park. RPW presents Christmas Chaos. Be there. It's going to be electric. Now let's shift gears. Quickly, we're going to talk about the big knockouts bout happening this Saturday night. The Miners at the Homewood Auditorium. They are back to finish their season. I got to call the last one, the last Miners bout. I had an amazing time. These kids are nothing short of spectacular and entertainers in their own right. From Donnie the Eyeball to Lunala to Skyfall. we had Coach Punchy and Coach Beetlejuice on this show. They are incredible people with incredible purpose, and the Haunters, Miners, and the Rumblers, Miners. It's a matchup that ended the Premier League. It's the same two teams, but the Miners edition. It's going to be amazing. It's so much fun to go to the Homewood Auditorium and partake in what these people do for roller derby. Again, I have said more than once, it's the greatest entertainment value for your dollar that I've seen. For what you pay to get in, the experience you walk away with will just make you feel good. So, I don't know how the teams are going to shake out. I don't know who's fighting who, but I know our honorary show member, Lunala, will be out there, and we always pull for her. We're always glad when she does well. She is certainly a chip off the old block. So I believe the doors open at 5:30. The action starts at 6. It is going to, and that place is going to be packed because the last Miners bout, there were a lot of people there to see those kids. And, it was an amazing experience. Red, I'm still trying to get you to come out there. I know Pac-Man has come out, so he knows what I'm talking about. Rion is the most popular fight ref in the universe, and the apple of Beetlejuice's eye. So it is again, the characters. If you love characters and you love stories, the roller derby has all of that and so much more. And they're doing it on skates at speeds that would injure your car. So if you're not coming to Rocket Pro, head on out to Homewood and check out the roller derby because it is going to be a spectacular evening. I wish Rachel was here to tell us more about it because she's got the in-depth stuff on the knockouts, but I wanted to mention them because love being a part of it. I know Rion loves being a part of it. Rion's the only human being I know that has every shirt the knockouts have ever offered, and he wears them regularly. So he'll probably wear one of the knockout shirts in the ring on Saturday. So will be interesting to see which one he chooses. Will he be a Haunter? Will he be a Rumbler? Will he be a Crusher? We don't know. Sky's the limit. He could be a Punisher. I bet JVJ is not hoping he'll be a Punisher, but it could happen. So check out the roller derby. Once this show ends this Saturday, we do not return again until February. So if you have a chance to check it out, please do. Our friends at the Rock Shop have become sponsors. And if you've never been to the Rock Shop, go there. You can get a lot of Christmas shopping done at the Rock Shop. So there you go. Oh, and Rabbit Brewing. We love Rabbit. Red, that you should come out for that or even alone. I'll buy you a Rabbit Brewing beverage. It's delicious and good for you.
I've had Rabbit.
You ain't had shit.
I've had Rabbit Brewing.
Why did you have Rabbit Brewing?
I've been to Rabbit Brewing when I did a cross promotional with Wrestle League. I was there. Matter of fact, I was the only few people that did show up, but I was there. So I've been to Rabbit Brewing.
So all right, that's good. All right, I take back everything nasty I said. All right, so that's this Saturday at 6 o'clock, 5:30 doors. I suppose we should spend the little time we have left, speaking about the shenanigans that went down at IPW.
Were they shenanigans?
Well, I kind of feel like we got punished.
I don't. So here's my take.
I felt like I got slapped on the nose like a dog. I got disciplined.
But Steve, let's be honest. For over a calendar year, well, longer than a calendar year, really, your mouth has gotten our ass in trouble.
It's for the love of the fans, Red. It's for the love of good entertainment.
Whether it's for the fans or whether it's not for the fans, your mouth has got our asses, and not just you, but everybody else in trouble. Yes, Rick.
Fred, I'm stopping this shit right now. I am over it. I am fucking over it. This is one of the few times where I get to be as real as possible. I am over it. My hands have been tied repeatedly over these shows. I am sick of it. There are only certain things that I've told people to do prior to the show starting. And one of the people that I've had to talk to the most out of this entire thing is Steve. I've had to talk to you too, Red, but for different reasons. Steve, there is only one thing that I've asked you to do the entire time that you've been there. There's one thing. Sit down. That's it. Anything else that you do, a bonus, so to speak. But you take that bonus and you go and you try to become the victim while actively trying to destroy things. And before you say, that's not right, I didn't ask the workhorses to come in here. You egged them on this show. And they came and collected a receipt, which then had me deal with that because of the board of them coming at us. I didn't ask anyone to deal with the big leagues. You picked a fight with them. Everyone else had to suffer because of it. We ended up having to fight the workhorses together, the power hour, and then it should have been done. But then you decided that you wanted to pick another fight with them and go from there. Ultimately, it got you guys the tag team or the trios championships. Congratulations. But then, because you just felt the need to go out and mess with Motivation Mike, granted, you lost the alternative championship to Motivation Mike. But it should have been the end of it. You always got to be the one to get the one up. Always. And I get that 100%. But I'm tired, Steve. I'm tired. I'm tired of having to chase you around the fucking bar. I'm tired of having to chase everybody around for other stuff, not just you. I'm tired. I'm tired of C-Red cutting promos in my face like I'm the one that's causing problems when I'm the one that's literally just standing there and being neutral for everyone. The hosts come in and do whatever they want to do, and I just have to just deal with it. But yet I'm the one that has to deal with everyone's BS. So, but no one wanted me to leave. Everyone was like, "Oh, Rihanna, we can just do whatever we want." But then when I'm like, "I can't handle this. I need to go." Please, Rihanna, don't leave. Well, you can't have both. You can't. So the moment I say, "Okay, I'm going to go ahead and handle this," and I talk with the board, give me this for 2 shows. Let me fix this problem that's taking place amongst everyone. And now all of a sudden, people think they're being punished. That's not what's happening. I'm fixing things. My entire career, I've had to deal with other people's reactions to things. If something happens with me, I then have to deal with someone else afterwards because they get into their feelings. No different than what took place with Maximus Orion and Rocket Bro. He was so worried about the idols that he decided to throw me a party. That happened. And then he wondered why I kicked him in the balls. Everyone wants to act like they're the victim while they're actively doing things to victimize everyone else. And then they wonder why guys like Damian Satan get into power. You have to look at it from a standpoint of this is not punishment. This is me fixing things. And if you feel that you're being punished while being a former alternative champion and a current trios champion who beat the workhorses who had one day off of a year reign, I'm sorry you feel that you are a victim, but don't sit here and tell me that you are being punished. Because we both know that's not the case. If anything, Red's the one being punished. Because he's on his way out the door, and I'm making him choose the hell that he's going into. I am very serious when it comes to I'll give you what you want, but there's always always a catch because no one wants to be responsible for their actions. I have to be the one that's responsible when it comes to the IPW aspect. So here's me making sure that everyone understands for the remainder of the year. I'll be responsible. I'll be that guy, but don't get mad at me when I do what I need to do to fix things accordingly. Because everyone's getting the same treatment. Everyone. It's not just you. Bros almost got suspended.
A lot
Look
of
at it for what it is. Go ahead. My apologies for cutting you off.
No, I thought you were done. You paused. A lot of things happened at IPW Saturday, or I'm sorry, Sunday. A lot of things happened. Great crowd. Always a great time at IPW. The goings on of Sunday had very, very big ramifications to what's going to happen in the final show of the IPW calendar year that is happening inside steel cages. Marche Rocket's open challenge led to Damian Gray accepting the challenge. But as Rion had just stated, in his desire to correct things and fix things, made Damian Gray defend his championship against Marche Rocket. That match went to hell in a handbasket quick with the interference of the workhorses. And then with handicap sign in hand and plank of wood in hand, C-Red and Miles Mercer came to the rescue of Marche Rocket, whereas Rion Skills was forced to make a match for December. And Red, tell us a little bit about what you've got cooking in December at IPW.
Oh, there's nothing to tell that wasn't already told. Captain's Falls match. My team versus Team Gray. Team Red versus Team Gray. So Team Gray will consist of the IPW league champ, Damian Gray, and the workhorses versus myself as team captain, Marche Rocket, and the now alternative champion, the King, Miles Mercer, and a guest to be named the date of the show.
So if that doesn't give you a reason to come to Richton Park on December 17th to see Team Red versus Team Gray in a steel cage, I don't know what you need to do. As far as
I have made it publicly known, and I will say it here again. This will be my very last in-ring appearance. So win, lose, or draw, blood, broken bones, whatever, I give zero fucks. I'm going out the way I came in, fiery as hell, and I'm leaving it everything in that cage. Everything. I what do I have to? I don't have to worry about a next show. I don't have to worry about, oh, I got these bookings 2024. No. No. So if Gray thought I was going, everybody, he keeps saying, oh, you old man, you old man. I'm going to show you what this old man can do. One last goddamn time. You have not put me down. Damian Gray, you are a pain in my ass. I'm going to show you this Saturday, and I'm going to finish it off December 17th, Richton Park, Captain's Fall, in a steel cage. But wow. Oh, I forgot about this one.
the program There they are.
They are defending
Kendall
their
Fire and Nick Diamond taking on the Booze Brothers
2 out of 3 falls.
inside a cage.
How do you do that?
I don't know how you're going to do it. I don't know how they're going to do it, but I know that place is going to be crazy. And this match might be the most compelling match of the night or afternoon. These two women hate each other. And now it's come down to this. Last
Ow.
woman standing inside a cage. I'm going to predict right now there will be blood.
I don't even know if I think hate is too soft of a word. Like, dude, I'm literally sitting there trying to push the merch, like waiting for the show to start.
That show, it was an abrupt start.
Very abrupt, and all of a sudden, so it's funny because
all of a sudden I heard screaming and cars crashing.
All I know is I saw Disco Ray's all his merchandise started flying.
Yeah.
Disco balls just were flying all over the place. I was like, well, at least they didn't touch, any of my merchandise. So I was very happy about that. But I've never seen two women have that much bad blood between them. Like, I'm still trying to figure out why. But yeah, this isn't going to end well for one of them. So
going to end up as a hate crime. So here we go. That's happening. It's going to be a great show. And then a few days after the cage match, we'll have the final Power Hour of the year. So I hope I don't have to wheel you in there in a wheelchair because you do something stupid.
You might.
And here's another match that's been announced. Kid Lat will put on the junior heavyweight, put his title on the line, the junior heavyweight championship, inside a steel cage versus Manny Cortez. That's a very compelling matchup.
Wow.
IPW pulling out all the stocks and going lucha.
And the crazy part, it was announced here first, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, you're getting some breaking news here tonight as we gear up for IPW. And look at this nonsense. Oh, my God.
It's going down.
Look at that lineup.
In a 4-on-4 elimination match inside a steel cage. This, oh my.
Look at that humanity. Dalton, McHenry, Thunder and Turtle taking on Crazy, Spade. Is that Jay Vanity I see? Yeah, Jay Vanity. And Demon Baby's back. Damn. That's the
First
shit.
Of all, do not
Demon Baby about to jump off the top of the cage.
Do not call my son crazy. He is not crazy.
Crazy.
He loves Rachel.
He is crazy. Certifiably insane. Section 8, if you will.
You clearly, you know what?
He is the Maxwell Q Klinger of IPW.
You know what? I bet Mrs. Steve wish you would love her the way that Steele loves Rachel.
I don't condone the love of an inanimate object, but that's neither here nor there. So this is something that I am just finding out right now, because when I got
breaking news,
I was told that my partners would be picked for me. I kind of thought that Gustavo and Muggsy would be in my corner because they are my Trios Amigos championship partners. Just the fact that I get to be on a team with one of my favorite performers on the planet has just made my night. As Ewok joins my team, pop, to take on the big.
Steve?
Yes?
Are you being punished? Are you still a victim in this, Steve?
No.
I'm curious.
No, there's no victim happening here.
Are you still a victim?
No, I am. I'm feeling rather fortunate because not only do I get to be inside a steel cage, I get to be on Ewok's team as we absolutely annihilate the big leagues once and for all. That's exciting.
Shucks.
What do you
But
say about that match, Red?
You talk about me. And it's 4-on-4 and it's elimination. So you talk about me making it to the 19th. What about you? Because it's elimination. So what happens if it's you, the last man of Pow Pow, right? Versus say the Bro Bros. Or
Red, I don't
God
know.
forbid, don't act like we've never watched Survivor Series before, where it's 4-on-1. So you're worried about me.
The only common thing that we will share on Sunday, that particular Sunday, is the fact that we have nothing to lose.
I definitely don't.
I don't either, because the way I figure, if my wrestling in-ring career comes to an abrupt halt, what a better place to end that part of what I do than inside a steel cage in Richmond Park, where people actually cheer and applaud when I come around. It's your last in-ring action, C-Red. We know this, but might also be mine too. I've seen steel
Don't be
cages.
trying to steal my glory. Don't be trying
I'm not
to steal
stealing
my
the glory. I'm just saying that steel cages changed men's life.
Oh, I already know. And here's the thing. I've been in the cage before.
I've never been in a cage.
I've been in the cage
I've
more
seen
than
a
one
cage
time.
on TV. I've never been in one.
So, and if I know anything like I believe I do, the Office of IPW, this will not be that big blue cage that we all grew up with.
No, it's gonna be the cage that makes people bleed.
So I'm prepared for it. And unlike you, like I was saying earlier, I get why he's not even he is no longer the informational liaison. He is the information enforcer. And I get it. Unfortunately, I get it. I get the fact that for over a year, you have pushed buttons and pissed people off and drug us in your shit. I get it. I get that he didn't like me going off at him. I get it, and other shit that was going on. Let's just be honest. As he stated, it just wasn't us.
I just had an epiphany.
What's the epiphany?
The epiphany is this, C-Red. It's so simple. I don't know why I didn't see it immediately. This is the catch.
See? So he's giving you what you want, right?
This is the catch.
And he told us that Sunday, right? 2 days ago.
This for over a calendar year, each and every time he looks at me and says, there's always a catch. And here we are. It's not the end game, it's the catch.
Well,
on December 17th,
it's my end game.
It's the catch.
So either I'm doing the snapping or I'm gonna be snapped. One of the two.
That just fucked my world up. The whole year has just come very drastically into focus, and I never saw it coming. Or maybe I did. Maybe I saw it coming and I just didn't acknowledge it.
I don't think
Acknowledging this shit now. The catch is upon us, December 17th. And we're all walking in that cage. Some of us will walk out.
When that cage door, trust me, it's let me just say this and we can wrap up and get off of here. Life as you know it or you think you know it will drastically change when that door behind you shuts. Because understand, yeah, you're walking into a wrestling ring for a fight, but the reality will never hit you until that door closes and you realize it's you versus them.
And there's nowhere to run.
Nowhere to go. And I mean, sometimes that's a good thing, but mostly, if you watch War Games this past Saturday, it can also be a bad thing.
Yeah.
So
that's no lie. It's going to change lives, and it's December 17th. Don't miss it. Tonight, want to thank our friend, the Barker.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
Who was a special kind of talented here tonight.
Lord, special doesn't even.
Yeah, we thank him for his time. We thank him for his talent. I want to thank Pac-Man for being very candid in how he feels about what's going on Saturday. I want to thank Red for putting things in perspective. And I want to thank Rion Skills for the catch. Next Tuesday, as we get closer and closer to what could be the end of the Power Hour, we have a very special guest next week. And
it better not be the Barker again.
And if you thought tonight with the Barker was something from a supernatural realm, well, next Tuesday night, we actually travel to another. Is that I feel it's the Field of Dreams, right? I'm playing catch with the that plays, Pat. That plays certainly. We actually travel to another realm outside of space and time as the Power Hour becomes a conduit to Cross Sternia. As Rydor will join us next Tuesday night as we get closer and closer to the return of the Super Wrestlers and his showdown with his brother Rydal, with the fate of Cross Sternia hanging in the balance as set forth by Billy of the Whack. Next Tuesday night, you better take your Dramamine, because I don't know what going through wormholes is like, but I'm telling you what, it's going to be a ride.
Lord have mercy.
Lord have mercy indeed. All right, that's it for this edition of the Power Hour. We will catch you next week. It's Cross Sternia or Bust. For Red and Pac-Man and Rion, I'm Steve. Have a great night and a better tomorrow. We'll catch you next Tuesday.